What is up, movie lovers? Welcome to the Past the Popcorn podcast, the only show where the popcorn's fresh, the takes are hot, and the spoilers they're supposed to be accidental. I'm your host, Nick, with my co-host here, Rob. You want to say hi?
Good to see you guys.
And we're absolutely pumped you're here for the very first episode. You know, whether you're a casual movie streamer or a diehard cinephile, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to be cutting through the hype, breaking down the shots, and diving deep into the films that have us all talking. So grab your snacks, find a seat. The show starts right now.
I'm stoked, bro. I am so stoked for this. This is something I've wanted to do forever. You're a big movie fan. I'm a big movie fan.
Big movie fan.
And so this is really, really cool. And I love how you've set it up. So like those listening and watching, tell them how we're going to choose the movie each week.
So at the end of each episode, we have a big wheel with over 250 movies on it. We spun the wheel prior to this episode to get the first one, which came out to be Avengers Infinity War, which an insane first movie.
That's a great first movie.
It's a great first movie to start with.
Great first movie.
So if you stay till the end of the episode to see which one we're going to be talking about next week, that's when we'll spin the wheel. Again, over 250 movies. And we'll be adding movies onto there. Oh, yeah. There'll be times when there's movies coming out. Like, I want to go see the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Absolutely.
The new SpongeBob movie's coming out. Yeah. We just saw Zootopia. Like
we might go to the theater together and then come back and like have our take on something like, I don't know, Marty Supreme or anything.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of stuff. So every kind of movie that there is, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of the podcast, so that people know is we all been there. You know, you finish a movie, you're waiting for somebody to use the bathroom, or you're just in the lobby and you're just talking. You're talking about it. That's what you're past eating the popcorn.
You're past eating the popcorn,
you're past
baby.
The popcorn.
You are into the next part, and you're vibing, and you're talking with your friends.
You're talking,
and you're just like, "Hey, what did you think of this? What was your favorite scene?
Oh, what do you think's gonna happen in the next one? What do you?" It's all the great parts about it. This is a podcast for the people who are just getting into movies, the people who are deep into movies. So we're going to be talking about not just our thoughts on the movies, but, you know, the filmmaking aspects, the directors, things they've done in the past. Stuff that really ties it all in for those who are deep into movies, those who are not so deep into movies. There's something for you here.
Yeah, and we encourage you, like, if you're a movie lover and you're listening to this or you're watching this later and you pick up on things that we miss, because we will probably miss a lot, please, by all means, comment. Let us know. Like, we want to learn those things. We'd love to even learn a few more things that you guys could add to it. So keep them coming.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
First movie.
Yes.
Avengers Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War.
Culmination of, like, it was the first of, like, the two biggest crossover superhero movies of all time.
Yeah. Unlike anything ever made, like, probably, I would say to that point, the most ambitious movie that has ever been pulled off. For scale and for size of cast, and I know there's people out there that are big fans of, you know, your major epics and all these, but of the genre, nothing.
There's nothing like that.
Nothing like that, ever. Absolutely incredible. Changed the game. I think when it came out, its box office, like, immediately shattered Force Awakens, which was huge.
Force Awakens was because I was building up on all that nostalgia leading up to it.
Huge
for Force Awakens.
So big.
Infinity War, what was nice about it was it was mainly like the Russo Brothers directing it. They just came off of Civil War.
Yes.
So they were like, hey, we can handle a big cast. We can handle the main Avengers, all of them.
Yeah.
Give us the Guardians. Give us everybody else that's not here. Give us Black Panther, all the Wakandans, and we're going to put them all together in this stinking epic movie.
Oh, man. It's like incredibly epic. Like, and I think the Russo Brothers is a great choice. One, I think they were really trusted by Disney at that point, being the people who made Winter Soldier, which, let's not lie to ourselves,
it's one of the
it's top
best
5
MCU movies.
It's top 5. It's great. It's incredible. The pace is great. Then you get into Civil War. They killed it with Civil War. Do I think Civil War is as good as Winter Soldier?
No.
It's not. But I think they showed that they can.
That they can handle a big cast.
They can handle a big cast. And I mean, like, even if you look back at their, like, earlier credits to stuff like they did when they directed Community, which is a great TV show, you know, that they can handle big casts and they can make you care about every character. And I think that's what's really great, that while some characters get more attention, obviously, Infinity War, ultimately you care about really
all of them.
A lot of these characters.
And like we were saying, you get to see in this one a lot of the more character in a lot of them, because a lot of the superhero movies, you know, typically the main character or like the titular character has somewhat of a character arc, somewhat of development. But this one, you really get to see emotions from characters. Like Thor's coming off of Thor Ragnarok, where he's been his funniest. He was funny Thor. But then you see in this one, right at the beginning, Heimdall dies. Loki dies.
Yes.
Half the Asgardians die. The ship gets blown up. And so we see Thor. He still kind of has that joke in him. But then like you can already start to see the depressed Thor.
Did you know, so interesting thing that you might not know. So Tom Hiddleston actually insisted on, spoiler alert, sorry. If you haven't seen it at this point, then are you going to? But like Tom Hiddleston insisted on performing Loki's death scene multiple times. Like, and it was emotionally like a really taxing scene to do. But the Russos ended up saying that his final take was so powerful that the whole set went silent. Like, that's a weighty, big first scene to kick off for a what is supposed to be the biggest movie they've ever done. And you are like...
And you kill Loki.
You kill Loki. You're killing... I mean, he's a villain, but he's a fan favorite.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's... Like, you're thinking he's going to play a role somehow and they're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, that's the start in the movies. They're like, hey, nobody's safe, really, in this.
No, nobody's safe. And, like, you know, we've killed Loki. We've killed Heimdall. We're tying in what has happened before in a major way. And then you see that. You see it through all of them. You see it with Gamora. You see it with everybody in this. And I think Russo's did a great job when it comes to tying. And that first scene, man, that is just such a great scene, man.
Well, you just start, like, in my notes, it's like they just started out the movie. Like, typically, you know, you get the Avengers theme, Marvel Studios logo, silent. Then you just get the distress signal.
Yes.
You just get and it just starts off, and you're like, you don't get to see Thanos beat up Thor or like destroy. Like it just starts, and they've already taken control of that ship.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I don't know that I love seeing Thor and Loki. Okay, Loki maybe a little bit, but like and Hulk just getting the living crap beat out of them. Like it's showing you that these are three top tier characters, two of which, and Loki could be included. But at least two of those are like top tier power characters.
Yeah, strongest Avengers.
Strongest Avengers
get wiped.
Literally
in the beginning
wiped
of the movie.
out, and then Hulk doesn't want to come back.
Yeah, Hulk kind of is going through some stuff.
He's having like emotional turmoil.
Hulk is struggling heavy.
It's so bad. But that's your kickoff, and I mean I think that's meant to establish that this is unlike any other villain you've ever seen in the MCU. And it's really does a very, very good job of just trying to make very, very clear to us that nobody is like Thanos. This isn't just a big deal. Like, this is a huge deal. Like, the game is changing right
This is where they're all going to have to come together.
Oh, yeah.
To beat them.
Well, yeah, and will that even be enough?
Will that even be enough? And you even see, like, even Iron Man starts thinking about it in the very beginning when they're like, you got to call Steve. Like, they don't care what's going on right now. Yes. Call Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have been fighting. We got to call Steve. We got to make it happen.
We need Cap.
So the movie immediately kicks off. And when I was rewatching it the other day, because that's part of our process is
yeah, we're gonna watch. It's not just hey, this is the movie we're talking about. We're gonna rewatch them so we can
every time
try to see it from because I've watched Infinity War a lot.
Yes.
But even this time going through it, I noticed just different stuff that I was like, I'm gonna try to really look into it. And like one of the things I put in that beginning part with Iron Man is. There's a use of a film term called bokeh where like the lights and everything are blurry behind them. The only time you really ever see that used intimately is when Iron Man's with Pepper.
Yeah.
Because they're finally together. They made it like, hey, this is like it looks like a rom-com. Like it looks like it's shot straight out of a rom-com. And that's the only time you get that because that's like after that it's just kind of a downer movie for the most part.
I mean, as I was watching it again, I was really like, this is not a feel-good Marvel movie. Like, you get into the scene in like a little bit, and I don't want to get too far ahead because we're kind of go through the movie. But the Guardians scene, when you first see them and like Rubber Man comes on, and you're all like, all right, there's the vibe. That's what I'm looking for.
This is happy.
Yes, this is great. This is awesome. Or even a little bit of Spider-Man dialogue. But like outside of that, this is like, if the Guardians didn't add a little levity to it and Spider-Man dialogue, this was a heavy. A downer. This is a downer. And in my personal opinion, and many are gonna maybe disagree, I personally think that Infinity War is a better movie than Endgame.
You know, I was talking to people about how this was the first episode, and their first words were, hot take, Infinity War is better than Endgame. And I was like, for story, absolutely.
Yes.
Infinity War is... I have a special appreciation for Endgame just because, like, the kid in me seeing all that stuff happen.
It is the culmination of
22 movies.
Of 22 movies of over a decade of filmmaking. Mm-hmm. It's really incredible feat. It's absolutely amazing. It's 3 hours. It's a very long movie.
But it doesn't feel that long.
But Infinity War is, at times, one thing that I found about Infinity War watching it again, especially in an era of really good TV that we have right now, is that Infinity War, I think where it struggles a little bit, but it's also a little bit of its strength, is it feels like a TV series.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
It feels like a TV series because you get these different segments of it, and it feels like different episodes.
Yeah.
And episodically, it actually works. But as a movie, it's wonderful. It's fantastic.
So it's the opposite of what Eternals is.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's the absolute.
Where Eternals should have been a show.
The Eternals should have been a TV show. I don't know that it would have made Eternals interesting. But I mean, I'm not a absolute Eternals hater though. Like I know you.
I can't stand that.
You detest Eternals.
I can't stand that.
But I've watched it again since. We will get to Eternals one of these days.
We'll get to Eternals. It's
but it might be like a subplot in an episode. I can't see us doing a whole episode.
A whole episode on Eternals.
It would be pretty bad. So you get that opening sequence there, the Asgardian ship attack. You move into, Tony and Pepper, and they're talking about having a baby, and you see that closeness.
Yeah, you see that really intimate, close film. If you watch it and you look at it and you go, oh yeah, and they're even cutting from Doctor Strange to Tony. Doctor Strange, everything's in focus.
Oh yeah,
everything's in focus. Cut back to Tony and Pepper. He's still trying to be in that moment, so it's all blurry except for Pepper and Iron Man.
And I love the sequence with Doctor Strange and Wong, Benedict Cumberbatch and Benedict Wong. I love that when he's walking down the stairs and he's talking to him about not having any money. But he has a bunch of rupees.
Have him make you a metaphysical ham on rye.
Yes, and then he's all like, a tuna melt sounds really good. I don't know. I just love that. I love that dialogue. It was so good. And it was such a nice little bridge to what is going to be really ultimately very, very heavy next section.
Well, yeah, and the Russos did such a good job with keeping characters the way that characters were. Because in the first Doctor Strange movie, that's Wong and his relationship.
That's exactly how
they are.
Yeah.
They did such a good job of keeping that. They did in the next part when you get Spider-Man introduced, the ship comes in and you're like, what's going on? What's happening? And all of a sudden it's it just cuts to Spider-Man getting a tingle and he looks. That's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
Oh, did you know? Interesting. Okay. And I'm always going to try to bring some of these in because I love these kind of things. The shot of Peter's arm hair standing up, those Spidey sense triggers, was filmed actually months and months later because the Russos they found that they needed a clearer signal of Spider-Man, specifically his danger sensitivity. Mm-hmm. So they came up with this let's have the hairs on his arm stand up, which is so good. It's so well filmed.
It's so well filmed.
And
then
Spider-Man.
And then Ned he was like, hey, I need you to make a distraction. He's like, we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
I don't think he heard Peter say, I need a distraction.
No.
I think he just saw
the ship and thought, we're all going to die.
We're all going to die.
Yeah. He's done. And so, and then you get this, I love this fight sequence in the city. Mm-hmm. It's so great. I think it's an incredibly inventive use of Doctor Strange and Wong using the stone and using the ability to open portals and all of this.
And then Iron Man just interrupting them and messing stuff up.
Oh, yeah. and just flying in between things that they're doing and just doing his own thing.
It's so
you can tell they're not really fighting together.
Yeah, they're just kind of...
They're all kind of doing their own thing.
It's professional courtesy.
It's a professional courtesy, yes. Except Wong and Strange, they are fighting very much together. They're in sync.
Wong gets the saving people award where he's like, all right, we'll get Hulk out of here. We'll help this lady. We'll help Iron Man.
When he gets to... So, what's the big guy's name?
Cole Obsidian?
Yeah, Cole Obsidian. So, when Cole Obsidian ends up jumping into that, freezing Arctic, and then reaches back up and he cuts his arm off. Like, how great. Like, so good. And you're invited to my wedding.
And you're invited to my wedding. I
love that.
If you couldn't tell, I love Spider-Man, and just when he shows up and like Iron Man's getting beat up and he just catches the hammer, he goes, "Hey man." Like,
yeah, that's so great.
It's just Spider-Man. Like, he's just so nonchalant. He's just...
Oh, yeah. When he's, like, holding people back. Like, hey, Tony. Like, it's just so great, man. I love that. So, you get this, but then, there's the heaviness. And I will say that rewatching the movie, because you have Cold Obsidian, you have Proxima Midnight, you have Ebony Maw, and then Corvus Glaive. He's the kind of like...
Corvus Glaive.
Corvus Glaive. And that was kind of one of my only complaints, and I wish they would have maybe made the movie a little bit longer. I would have liked to see a little more with each of those characters. I mean, specifically Proxima Midnight. Because, I think Carrie Coon, who voices her, is great. 2, and this may be a hot take, I didn't like how they made Proxima Midnight look. Proxima Midnight normally has this like helmet, but they made it look like it was like
horns.
It was horns. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. Although Ebony Maw, great.
Ebony Maw was great.
Of those 4, what was the most interesting to you?
Ebony Maw.
Yeah, absolutely.
His dynamic with Strange.
Oh yeah, like a child's play thing, and their banter back and forth, really really good. Oh my gosh, so good. Which leads into that next sequence where they're on the ship and they're going into, and it is literally maybe one of my favorite lines in the entire movie. And it's a Spider-Man line. It's your boy. Oh, I love Spider-Man. When he's all like, "Have you seen the movie Aliens?"
Oh, you see that really old movie Aliens?
And did you know, interesting fact, actually, Tom Holland is not that big, like, into movies where he knows all these movies. So the Russos are all like, "Hey, what you need to do is like say, have you seen this movie Aliens?" And like, but it's so good. Like, you go from Civil War when he's all,
see that really old movie,
The Empire Strikes Back, and then it's all, "Have you seen Aliens?" So this becomes like, this idea that he is, that he's a geek, that he likes movies, that he likes sci-fi movies, and it keeps pouring in. Dude, I love that. That was so good. And that's a great scene on the ship. Although, if I am being picky, kind of too easy of a way
to take out Ebony Maw.
Yes. Did you feel that way too?
I think that was kind of supposed to be like jumping back and forth, but I think that's kind of supposed to be the point of those 4 is they chop Cold Obsidian's arm off.
Yeah.
They stab him. Like, she chucks her spear. Cap catches it. It is like, oh, these guys are. It's supposed to. I think we're supposed to see them beat them easily.
Yeah.
So that way, when Thanos comes, it's like they can't. Like, they're not. Like, this is the final boss. Like, you guys thought you had it handled when you took these guys out.
And maybe that's the setup. Is anybody who's watching or listening that's comic book fans, they're probably gonna pick into this and go like, especially like picking into the movie, and they're gonna go, "Do you have any idea of the power of Ebony Maw?" And I do feel like they did, of all of them, Ebony Maw actually gets his power actually shown off a little bit more. His ability to,
because he takes on pretty much Doctor Strange by himself.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man by himself,
effortlessly, as he stands there with like his hands together like this.
That's why Iron Man has to essentially catch him off guard, is because he's like, "Your power doesn't compare to me." He goes, "Yeah, kid's seen more movies."
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so incredibly good. Then that leads to Guardians on the ship. Rubber Band Man's playing like we were talking about. They're on the ship. They're so great. You get their interaction with Thor. By this point of it, how are you feeling? Rewatching it,
I'm thinking, I'm like, I keep saying the Russo Brothers did such a good job. It just seemed like this movie did such a good job of like establishing that this is a universe of stuff that just constantly is happening.
Yes.
Rather than it being like, oh, well, we're watching Guardians and then the universe freezes until the next movie. No, it's like, okay, we're jumping back in with the Guardians. It seems like just right after Volume 2, they're just kind of, okay, yeah. When Spider-Man shows up, it's just, when all these characters are showing up, it's just is like, hey, this is a universe of stuff where things are just going on. Like it just seems like, but they're all crossing now at the same point.
Yeah, and one thing I really enjoy is that they don't give a lot of like. The explanation is what's happening now has brought them together.
Yeah.
I mean, we often get this idea, like everybody always, it's the constant argument in every superhero movie. Every villain shows up, a big villain, and all of a sudden this villain shows up and you wonder, like, where are the Avengers during this one?
Yep.
And, and then you have some, like, what would be another superhero movie as example? If somebody shows up, like, what would be a good one? Like a really strong villain shows up. In like, for example, like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Dormammu's thing is splitting New York.
Yeah. It's
literally... Where's the Avengers?
Where are the Avengers during this moment? And you're thinking this and you're thinking, okay, well, why aren't they? That's a good question, actually.
Actually, Captain America Civil War.
Yes.
Or not Civil War, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Hey, the government's kind of collapsing.
Yeah. Where are the rest of the Avengers in this? And they're like, oh, Steve's got it. Oh, and then he's going to get that guy and he's going to give him some military grade wings.
Yeah.
And that's going to solve everything right there.
Exactly.
Like, and as much as I love that movie, like but at this point, it doesn't really try to explain it other than it throws you into Thanos' world because it's his movie. It's his movie.
It's Thanos' movie.
This is Thanos' movie. I think that's what makes Infinity War so great. The second one is not Endgame is not Thanos' movie.
No. That's the OG. That's like the original Sixes movie.
It's their movie. This is their response, and you get the rest of the Actually, if anything, Endgame is Ant-Man's movie. It's totally Ant-Man's
movie. It's
Ant-Man's movie. Come on, nothing would have happened
without the rat.
Without the Rat-Venger.
That's not Ant-Man.
Rat-Venger. So, but the Guardians are here, and they're with Thor, and it's another one of those like really good crossover moments because Thor has not come across them, just like Strange has not met Spider-Man, and they meet each other in one of the funniest scenes in the whole movie.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Yes.
Dr. Strange. Oh, we're using our made-up names? I'm Spider-Man, then.
One of the best and I love that they made Chris Pratt this, like...
Freaking idiot. He's just so dumb.
I love that they made him, like, really insecure... Because if they just made him like a big dummy, that'd be one thing. But really insecure because Thor comes in and like has muscles. A hand on Gamora. Yeah. He's like, oh, we've both been through trauma together. Like this.
Oh, yeah, my dad killed my mom.
Yeah, and I came out with both of my eyes. He's just...
It's like it's almost like losing a sister.
Oh, my gosh. And it's when he's going to take the ship. And he's like,
You're not taking our
ship
today. Are you making your voice deeper? You are. You're imitating the God Angel, the God Pirate.
Did you know? Another interesting thing: the eye patch that Chris Hemsworth is wearing is fully CGI.
Oh yeah. Wasn't Odin's also?
Yes, Odin's was fully CGI. So like the single is fully, and they wanted to basically they did it with putting like small tracking dots on there, and they wanted the shape and the weight of it to be able to like fix it in post-production so it didn't look weird on there. But yes, it was. For those that don't know.
That's what, like, when it comes to these movies, and I know like now it's just kind of like a meme where you're like, oh, look at this guy standing in front of a bunch of blue screens. I'm like, yeah, okay, he's standing in a bunch of front of blue screens. But then do you see the final result that they come up with? Like, yeah, sorry, we can't go film in a planet far, far away. We can't go film in like, so yeah, it's going to be them on a stage. But
that's creativity.
That's why VFX artists and CGI artists, I don't know how they do it.
No. Is this an ILM movie? Was this ILM? Like when it comes to Industrial Light and Magic. So, I mean, I'm guessing being a Disney property, as they do a lot of stuff with ILM. Yeah, in the years of time and effort that goes into this, and they do a beautiful job. Yeah, rewatching it, you're very much more aware of how much CGI is in this film, which kind of made me, I don't know, kind of reminded me that as we're getting ready to go into like Doomsday, Brand New Day, and these other ones, to like maybe take it a little easy on Marvel for using CGI, that you have to create
a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist. And I love practicality. I'm a child of the 80s. You know that. I've introduced you to so many movies of the 80s. I love that some movies are using practical effects, but the truth is it doesn't always work. And it wouldn't work
in a lot of areas of this movie.
Yeah. And I think like also it's a superhero movie. Yeah. Like if it was like if I was going to watch something more like The Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind, I was like, they're like, hey, this bedroom's a bunch of CGI. I'd be like, why? Just go film it in a bedroom. But when it comes to superhero movies, I feel like you just got to kind of accept this isn't real.
Yeah.
Like this is, but the things that are real, like when they're in New York or they're in Scotland, they try to do practical as much as they can.
Yes.
But like, sorry, like we're past it. Like Iron Man 1, when they had him in like kind of like the suit, cool. But now they're like, hey, we can make it look better.
Yes.
And it still looks cool.
Oh, it looks great.
If he's not walking around restricted a bunch.
It looks so good. And when you get to that scene, like that scene is that the Scotland scene when Steve shows up for the first time? What a great. Oh man, what a great entrance.
Just when you think it's all lost, all of a sudden you just hear the Avengers theme and the train goes by. And there's just a guy there and you're like, and he catches it. And
a shadow.
Bearded
and the
Steve.
Beard. The beard, man. Like, what a beard.
Bearded Captain America.
Oh, I will never be able to grow a beard.
The only better looking Captain America is Endgame Captain America. When he's like the very comic accurate, that bearded Steve Rogers.
It's great. It's great. That's one of the best, like, in my opinion, throughout the entire series. One of the best costumed characters throughout all of it.
Oh, the only bad one was Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers was so cheesy, but I kind of like am okay with it.
I makes sense. It makes sense.
What's your favorite? Sorry, like side note, favorite Captain America suit from all of his movies?
It's a tie between.
That buzzer was to say that you're wrong.
Oh.
Sorry, no, I'm just kidding.
I really like the Endgame suit, but the stealth suit from Winter Soldier is probably
it's the stealth suit. It's that suit. Really dark blue.
That dark blue with like the silver.
Looks like something out of the Air Force.
Yeah, it looks like something that like military issue.
Yeah,
it looks like something that you would get.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So where does that lead us? So we're there in Scotland.
They get them. They go back to Avengers campus.
Yeah.
Nat sees Hulk.
Yeah,
I love Falcon. He goes, "This is awkward. This is awkward."
Although I do not like, hot take, I was never really a big fan of the whole like relationship.
No, it's supposed to be It's supposed to be Bruce and Betty Brant.
Yeah, and I just did not really. It felt forced.
It seemed like Joss Whedon was like, "Hey, we need a little bit of romance in here.
Yeah,
who can we put together? Like, he's not going to put Steve with her because Steve has Peggy still.
Yeah.
Iron Man and Pepper, Thor and
it seems out of character for Natasha. Like,
it just seems like out of all the people, Hulk would be the last one that she'd go for.
Yeah, why? Like, what was more believable was the flirting she was doing with Steve.
That's comic accurate. That's comic book. That's comic.
That is much more real. Like, please tell us what you think. But like, that's way more accurate.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. That's what you want.
And the vibe between those two, so good. Like, you rewatch that one when they're like on the escalator. We're gonna have to save that movie for later. I could go all day.
You're saying Russo Brothers. You know, that's just kind of know what
I could do this all day, bro.
All right.
So we're there.
We're there. Don Cheadle, Rhodey is talking to Ross, and he's
Thaddeus
like, Ross, and he goes, hey, we kind of down some people, you know, we need to find Captain America, we need to capture him. And he goes, oh, well, you signed the Accords too. And he goes, yeah, I think I paid enough for that.
Yeah,
kind of lost my legs.
Yeah, he did.
So,
and I love how when Cap and them show up, he's just like arrest them.
Goes, that's Court Martial.
You got it. Boom, and just
completely
brushes them off, and that never comes up again.
It
doesn't matter.
There's aliens invading the planet.
The fact that, as I'm rewatching it, the fact that Thaddeus Ross is not like mobilizing the military.
Yeah, actually. Instead of where's the Avengers, where's the military? Where are the U.S. powers or like the world powers of military to help you guys?
Why don't we have military
this?
In any cities and any areas? But he's over here going, wait a second, Steve Rogers should arrest him. Like, you think it doesn't matter right now? Yeah, it doesn't matter right now.
That plays into being Team Steve from Civil War, because like he's like, hey, what if there's somewhere we need to go and they don't send us?
I was day one Team Steve.
You gotta be Team Cap. If you're Team Iron Man,
like here's the deal. We all love Tony.
We all love Tony.
He was misguided in Civil War. Like
Tony doesn't sign those accords if that mom doesn't come talk to him.
Well, it's that, and we just have to remember that like he feels like all of this is his fault. So he takes this personal responsibility. And then when you feel like something is that much your fault and you're taking personal responsibility, what you're going to naturally do, and what Steve does, is become inherently controlling. And that's what he becomes. And I think that's the progress of Infinity War into Endgame, is that Tony finds as he is on Titan, which we're going to go there here in just a second, as he's on Titan, that he is not in control.
He's not. That's why he didn't know if it's better to fight him on his turf or their turf.
Oh yeah, like they're like, this is a misguided bad idea.
Yeah, he's one. He's down his AI. He doesn't have Friday.
Yes.
He's in a place he's not familiar with a guy who straight up tells him, "Hey, if it's between helping you and Peter or saving this stone, I'm gonna let you guys die."
Yeah.
Like he straight up says, "You guys are gonna die."
Oh, absolutely.
He's got the Guardians who then show up and take him hostage. You know, Star-Lord. He's like, "You're from Earth? I'm not from Earth. I'm from Missouri."
Oh yes. Oh yeah. No, what? Who's your master? What do you want me to say? Jesus? Love that. But you have several good smaller scenes here that are actually playing on the characters. You've got Nowhere, the Nowhere sequence. You've got the Nidavellir sequence. You've got the Guardians on Titan sequence. You've got all of these kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Intersecting these stories. And I think it's really, really good space for character development because there is, as I was rewatching it, I was like, man, there's a lot more dialogue.
Oh yeah, than I remember.
I remembered.
Like, because you get Thor talking to Rocket about how all the stuff, like his parent, like all of his family's dead. He watched Thanos kill Loki. He's dealing with all this stuff. That's where you start to see, like, Thor's dealing with a lot.
Yeah, he's dealing
with
stuff.
But you typically don't ever think about that when it comes to Thor. You just think about, especially coming off of Ragnarok, just, oh, he's funny. Like, it's just funny Thor.
Which was a kind of nice touch to actually put him with Rocket and Groot. I think that's great, especially teenage Groot. Now, I don't really know this, and anybody watching or you, is there like a comic base for that relationship that Thor has with them in that? Or is that just something that the Russos...
I think that's just something the Russos came up with. I mean, there's probably something somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like the Russos just kind of came up with that pairing.
Yeah. It ended up being a very great pairing.
Oh, yeah. Because, well, in that same sequence, you have them having that heart-to-heart. You have... Like, this is coming right after, like, around the time when they're talking about destroying Vision. And then you also get, though, Gamora and Thanos, where he's like, I thought you might be hungry. Like, he's like, let me get you food. And then you get, like, their actual bit where he's like, I thought you were going to take my place one day. And she goes, I hated everything here. Like,
yes.
I hated it.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is where you kind of get the people who are like, Thanos was right. He's like, your planet is kind of like an oasis now because everybody has food. Yeah. And it's not overpopulated.
Well, that's the thing that makes him more interesting than Dormammu and all of these other characters, is these are like incredibly two-dimensional, at best, sometimes one-dimensional characters, villains that you really don't care about, versus this one, you're kind of going, I don't want to say I agree with Thanos because that's crazy, but I can kind of see where he's coming from. And in a similar way that when you're watching Killmonger in Black Panther and you're going, I can see where his motivation is coming from here, even though I think he's lost his mind. Yeah. Thanos is obviously not right, but you can see where the motivation, and I love that they actually do unpack the story of him and Gamora.
Yeah, yeah.
And the care, so that you understand the loss that's about to happen. Yeah,
you understand at least, like, you kind of, because this is Thanos' movie, so, like, you can see it, and everybody's like, I think rewatching specifically that scene that leads into when they go to get the Soul Stone is, because this is Thanos' movie, when you're rewatching it, you go, okay, he's, like, you just kind of see his love for Gamora. She can't see it, and the first viewing, you're like, no, Thanos is the bad guy. You can't. No. Yeah, we're on Gamora's side, but then like, it's not as big of a when he's crying for her. It's not as big because if you're paying attention, he pretty much spells it out. Like when he's at her planet, he pulls her away from all the death, and he's like shielding her. Like he cares about her. So when you get to that point, if you're seeing that, it's not a surprise that.
Well, yeah. If you think about it from the mindset of like how he sees it, is he sees people suffering and not able to eat.
Yeah,
and that makes him come up with a decision, albeit crazy decision, that if we were to wipe out half the population, then these people could eat. There is a form of compassion there. It's just a really, really
twisted
form of compassion. And so that makes him an interesting character. But let's be straight. Thanos is twisted.
Yeah,
he's messed up.
He's totally not right.
Interesting though.
Thanos. He's totally not right.
Okay. I genuinely believe that. I don't know what he believes. I think he may actually think Thanos is right. Okay, but anyways. So you get on Nidavellir, you have them forging Stormbreaker, which is a great sequence.
Which really, actually, Rocket doesn't. I think Rocket still thinks Thor is kind of just a guy up to that point where he goes, you're gonna need something bigger, and then he starts whipping him around.
Oh yeah, he's whipping him around. He's like closing apertures. He's doing all of this stuff. And another interesting fact here, Stormbreaker's design was from, I think, Ultimate Thor comics, where it originally came from. And the idea to put Groot as the handle, that actually came from James Gunn.
That makes sense, because like in the concept art, it was more like a Mjolnir type hand.
Yeah, it was more like a Mjolnir. But I love that they involve Groot in this. To be a part of this,
and they reached out to the guy who's been directing them.
Yes,
and
like,
who would they feel here?
Yeah, and like give him the character, the opportunity to develop this character a little bit more, because that flows with who Groot is in the Guardians movies. He's sacrificial, and it shows that even as a teenager, at a core, he could be a little selfish, but he's still Groot.
Yeah, he's still Groot.
He's still very much Groot, and so you get all of those. Where are we now? Where are we at in the movie?
This goes to where now, because that scene happens right, and it leads right into, we kind of gloss over, they're fighting at Wakanda.
Oh yeah,
they're fighting at Wakanda.
When they show up in Wakanda.
Do we bow? Yeah, he's a king.
Yeah, and they're like, I'm thinking there's more of a Starbucks that was like, when we open up ourselves to the world, we'd have Olympics.
We didn't think we were going to have a bunch of people coming here to fight off a bunch of aliens.
I do love when Rhodey gets him
to bow.
Gets Bruce to bow.
He's like, oh, we don't do that here. I think too, what I like about this is it shows just how smart Shuri is.
Yes.
When you get into that, he goes, oh yeah, we had to do this. He goes, why didn't you just do this? And he's like, we didn't. So yeah, it's what you forget sometimes when you see all these movies individually, but then when you see the characters get to interact with other ones, you're like, Shuri's smart.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no doubt that Bruce is incredibly smart, and I think the comics make that very, very clear. Movies, TV shows don't always show his absolute intelligence.
Yeah.
But Bruce is an interesting character because he is somewhat reckless. If he wasn't somewhat reckless, then
he wouldn't have the Hulk.
So there is a amount of recklessness here within him, and whereas with Shuri, this is a very self-assured person who is incredibly intelligent. And just she knows her stuff, and they just kind of let that be her character in the movie, which is great. Love
She's
that.
Not in a ton. We love Shuri.
No, she's great. I have no problems with Shuri. I think Shuri's a great character. She is awesome. I'd love to see more of her.
Oh yeah.
But that becomes her role as she's working on the whole Vision thing. That because Vision has been hurt here. We need to figure out if there's a way to separate
the stone from him. Somebody can blow up the stone. Because, Wanda's in love with a robot.
Yeah. If he ends up with all 6 stones, correct? Is it 6? Yeah. So if he ends up with all 6 stones, that I will say, and I'll save most of this conversation for the end, though. That's probably my least favorite thing they did in Infinity War is how much of a weakling they make Scarlet Witch to be. in this movie. That Wanda is just, and maybe those of you that are watching and everyone else are like, well, they haven't fully tapped into her powers yet at this point, and there's some truth to that. Mm-hmm. But like by Endgame,
she almost takes Thanos out.
She almost takes him out on her own, and there's been no extra development there of her character.
She's been dead for 5 years.
She's top tier power character, and nothing. Mm-hmm. So that is one of my I struggle with. But you're in Wakanda here. You're all of that stuff. You get Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier shows up.
He's got his arm back.
He got an arm back. The White Wolf. He's rested long enough.
Yeah.
They're about to get overrun. They're about to get taken. They're getting beat, and then all of a sudden, in comes Thor. Which I said this earlier today. There's only 2 other scenes like that are better than that in the entire MCU. Like when Thor shows up, and
with Rocket
just the feeling I get.
The battle.
Yeah, the feeling that I get when he shows up, and Hulk's like, "Oh, you guys are screwed now." It's just the pride of it's gonna be good. Thor's there. The only time I get that feeling again is in Endgame with the portals.
Yes,
that scene freaking drives me. I get so hype in that scene.
Oh,
and
then
a good scene. In No Way Home, when all 3 Spider-Man are finally fighting together.
Oh yeah, it's this. And I mean, in the theater, there are several gasp moments. Obviously, the ending. Mm-hmm. But very much one of those moments when he shows up and everybody stands up.
That's when you cheer. That's the only cheerful moment in the movie.
It is a really cheerful moment. He shows up. Bruce is like, "You're gonna get it now!" And he's in.
You
the
can see it in
Hulkbuster.
Steve's face too. When Steve sees him, he's like, "Thank God."
Yeah,
we needed Thor.
we have a, we don't really have a Hulk. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, in the battle of the first movie with the Chitauri. Tony does big work, but let's not diminish what Hulk does.
Hulk straight up just one punches one of those giant
he's taking down ships and he's jumping on buildings and tearing things apart. He's making numbers difference major. Mm-hmm. And then you get into Age of Ultron, and I don't know that they would make the difference they do without Thor. Thor makes a huge difference. Mm-hmm. So you got these characters that are so incredibly important. That Tony is incredibly important. They're all important. Hawkeye, maybe. Let's just be real. He's not doing it. But
not in this movie.
Not in this movie, at least. And so you get this here, and you get this him show up, and it is huge payoff moment. And the scene where he shows up is so visually complex. I heard that how they created the stamp in the ground when he's coming to the Rainbow Bridge, all that. I don't know. It's not Rainbow Bridge, but it's called
Bifrost.
Because Bifrost comes down at that point. It took a year to actually make that scene, and and it actually had to be. I think it was one of the last shots actually approved for the film.
Nice.
That shot.
It needed it.
It needed it. It was a total payoff.
I wish we would have got to they do such a good job too cutting from that, because he flies up, slams down, and they're like, well, now we need to check on Thanos showing up on Titan. When he shows up and all he sees is Strange. That's also one of my favorite parts of the movie, is just when he's like, "Oh, I think you're gonna find that our will is equal to yours." He goes, "Our."
Yes,
what?
Our.
There's more than one person here.
And I love that. I love that about when Thor shows up, because they don't. While they make Bruce Banner a little more cartoonish than I love, they don't make Thor cartoonish in this moment. He is in vengeance mode. Mm-hmm. He is angry.
He wants Thanos.
And he's going to go through whomever or whatever to destroy. So I'm glad they kind of make it about everybody else's reaction. And Chris Hemsworth just shows up and
starts tearing.
It just starts tearing through
starts
people,
going through
which
everything.
Is absolutely amazing. So take me there. Let's go that battle on Titan, because you've got 2 different battles that are happening.
Two different battles happening at the same time. That's what I think too. When it comes to this movie, that a lot of people forget is all this is happening at the same time.
Oh yeah, the timeline here is wonky, but the Russos do such a good job of making you feel like you're jumping back and forth between both.
Makes you feel like not missing anything,
and you're not missing a thing, which was such a brilliant way of trying to highlight as many of the characters as possible, because one major battle sequence is not going to do it. And these both have completely different tactile feels. The fight with Thanos, the Titan battle, is I think that maybe until you get to like maybe Endgame, like an incredibly complex fight sequence. Maybe one of the most incredible and complex fight sequences that Marvel probably ever did. I mean, I love the airport fight sequence in Civil War. It's one of my favorites. But just go through that scene again. Like, and what is happening there?
You see Spider, like, they're all doing a bunch of different stuff. Like, you have Star-Lord and Iron Man are like, and Doctor Strange are the ones primarily messing with Thanos. Spider-Man's just adding into there, but then he's also saving people when they get knocked out. He's like doing his best to like support everybody. And this is like, I don't know if they're not holding back, but like Doctor Strange is like, this is where you're seeing him do more stuff than you've seen him do in his own movie.
Yeah.
He's like throwing the mirror dimension at people. He's whipping stuff around, and he's doing so much to like try to handle it by himself, and like he knows the outcomes. Like he knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Which is also crazy to think about, that he knew. He was like that he knew everything they were doing. It gets towards the,
well, yeah, it you know, what do they call it? 14,605,000. It was 14,605,000,
and they win one.
They win one, and he knows that we're in the end game. So this is the one where he doesn't want it to end up this way, but how many sequences end up in them being somewhat defeated? And this is this the one? Is this the only one that happens this way? Okay, so while we're here in this one, maybe not hot take, but like it's one that have left a lot of people very divided. People were very frustrated with Star-Lord that this is all his fault.
I mean, it is.
Yes.
It is his fault.
Like, do you think genuinely that had Star-Lord had more composure, they would have been able to defeat Thanos in that moment?
Yeah, I think they get the gauntlet off.
Yeah.
I think they get the gauntlet off in that moment. But what's even crazier, like that plays into the whole Doctor Strange and everything. Doctor Strange could have done something to keep Star-Lord from doing what he did. And he didn't.
Yeah. Why? Because that's what was supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen.
Yeah. Which is wild, because Star-Lord is so frustrating, but you
feel for him.
But you also at the same time are like, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Like, I would be emotional too, but he ruins this perfect moment where all this is pulled together, and you can't help but think like, what if, man? Like,
what if Star-Lord just let him get the gauntlet?
Yeah, what if he just let them get the gauntlet off, and then what would happen? Now, I firmly believe that there are several different timelines where they do get that gauntlet off, but Thanos still does damage to them. I mean, you just think back to the first fight sequence of him and Thor and Hulk and Loki and everything else. He probably still would have done major damage.
Oh, yeah.
Even without, I mean, he has virtually no power other than just being Thanos. And he is laying waste to those dudes.
Oh, yeah. He's kicking butt, dude.
Yeah.
He's going off on him.
Yeah, he's going off on him. So you have Titan battle, the Titan battle, and
throws a moon at Iron Man.
All this stuff happens.
Which, I brought this point up that Thanos says for a completely different movie, for the Fantastic Four, when I was talking to somebody about it, was when he says, you're not the only one cursed with knowledge. As like, because I brought it up with Reed from First Steps, where I was like, yeah, like this one, at least in First Steps, they did a good job of showing how much a burden being smart can be.
Yeah, I feel like they did a great job with that. And
Reed's so it's character. Like here, it's like, yeah, Thanos is like, you're not the only one who knows things.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, I am incredibly knowledgeable, and like this feeling again, they juxtapose Tony and him as both people who are trying to gain some sort of semblance of control. I mean, look what Tony does. Tony, in Age of Ultron, create a suit of armor for the world. And that raises up a lot of very questionable, unethical, potentially unethical things.
Yeah.
And so you put him against Thanos, and you go, wow, the hero could become the anti-hero or the villain very quickly. And I know one of these, which also was brilliant on their part because they make him so much more interesting by that point. And then that leads us to...
that leads to when he goes to Wakanda. But what I like about... Well, he gets the time stone. But what I like when you watch this is Thanos beats them, but Thanos doesn't ever kill anybody.
Yeah.
Because, that's not his thing.
No.
His thing is, I'm trying to...
He
wants it to be
singularly
a random
focused
on who gets dusted. He's like, I'm not going to kill... I can take what I want without having to...
Besides... let's think of who he actually... So, Loki. He kills Loki. They kill Heimdall.
They kill Heimdall.
But other than that...
Gamora.
Other
than that, he's
just fighting 3 people. And I think that's partly because he is singularly focused.
Yeah.
He's just 100% focused on, I don't need to, I don't need to beat you. Because once I have the gauntlet and I have all 6 stones, what I want is accomplished.
Yeah.
Everything I want is accomplished.
It wasn't personal for him.
Yeah.
It was personal for all the Avengers, the Guardians, everybody trying to stop him. It was personal. Thanos was just doing you a favor.
Do you, when you were in the theater and you were watching it for the first time, and those that are watching with us or listening with us, you remember that scene where it comes to Vision's death and the reverse time snap? Did you see that reverse time snap coming? Were you a little shocked by that? What was your kind of take on that?
Kind of, but that's why they think they did the order that they did. Thanos at any point could have just used the Space Stone to go get the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he kind of knew, but he waited till he got the Time Stone to go.
Yeah.
Because I think, like you said, he's cursed with knowledge. He kind of probably knew they were going to try to destroy that stone. So he waited to get the thing that would help him be able to get it, even if they destroyed it.
Yeah, that he could turn back time and make it happen anyways, which is such a, because you're given this glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
And you're getting, at this point, you're going to get a second movie. We know we're getting Infinity War and something else. But we can't make ourselves believe what is about to happen.
Yeah, you know that there's going to be a second one. And if you're into comics and everything, Thanos wins, but you want to believe that he's not going to.
Well, and you want to, I think the way they handled his victory, and I don't think we, can quote it victory, he wins.
He wins. The Avengers lose. This is the first time they've lost.
Yeah, they've lost. Did you know that in that, because we're getting ready to talk about the dusting, speaking of audible gasp moments, how absolutely heartbreaking. But here's something interesting. Did you know that when they were doing the dusting, most of the actors weren't actually told they were being dusted until the day of filming?
Oh, yeah. Because if you tell them, it's not like Tom Holland spoils things.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Tom's all like, oh, gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. And so they want to preserve that emotional authenticity.
Yeah, they want to keep it, they wanted to keep it as hush-hush.
Which one of the dustings to you is the most powerful?
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Is that because you're a Spider-Man lover?
No, because if you think about all of them, I think the only other one that I would say is close is, or there's 2, is either Groot or Okoye. Because Groot, Rocket's he's watching him float away. Black Panther, when Okoye sees him, he's like, hey, this is no place to die, disappears.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's, despite me being a Spider-Man fan, it's just the fact that his is so delayed because his powers are fighting it off.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't feel good.
And he can, oh man, that is heartbreaking because he can feel it so much further ahead of time than anybody else.
Yep.
Because it's happening so quickly to them. And it shows you his power, and it shows you the sensitivity, I don't feel so good, which was actually an improvised line. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And Tom Holland sells it. He's so good.
But when you think of improv, you typically think of comedy. But the fact that he was like, he improvised like, my spider sense is telling me something's off, and just the part where he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's the Spider-Man one. You win. It really truly is the best. I think the Black Panther one, the Groot one, all of those very, very good. But yes, you get all of this in this moment, and so you're left here going, oh my gosh, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is it for them. And you're thinking at the end of the movie, you're there with, I remember being in the theater, jaw just on the floor, going, where do we even go from here? Because who do you have left at this point? Who is still in the world? I know Rhodey is in the world.
You have the main six.
Tony.
So you have the main six. So Thor, Cap, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk.
Yeah.
Rhodey, Rocket, Okoye, Captain Marvel. Ant-Man. Nebula.
Yes.
That's about it.
That's about it
for the heroes.
And so you're looking at this, and when you re-look at it like that, you go, what a really beautiful way of taking it back to the core six. Mm-hmm. And really bringing it back to their particular characters.
Yeah. And
so you go, it all finalizes in this moment. What did you think of the Thanos? Watching it again, Thanos garden scene, what do you think?
I think leads up to that I like when they do the dusting after Spider-Man disappears, because he's the last one. There's no score.
Yeah, it's silent.
It's silent. So they find Cap. Cap's like, they're like,
for a superhero movie, that is a heavy theater moment.
Yeah,
people were weeping.
Yeah, because it's silent. They go, Cap, what happened? And he goes, we lost.
Yeah,
and then you cut to Thanos. He's doing what he said he was going to do.
Yeah,
he said he was going to watch the sunrise on a grateful universe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I believe that was actually one of the, not necessarily the first, but it was one of the first things that the Russos actually filmed. Mm-hmm. Was him smiling into the sunrise. Mm-hmm. Is he's doing sunrise, or it's sunrise. Mm-hmm. He's smiling into the sunrise, and they filmed that first because they knew from the very beginning this is how it was going to end. Mm-hmm. This is how it's going to go.
And they also, because what they did such a good job to keep people on their toes is they filmed this and Endgame pretty much at the same time, back to back.
Yeah.
So it was, they kept a lot of people on their toes. So scenes like that, where then they probably also at the same time were filming when they come back in Endgame to find him, is just like, it's so crazy to think about I love how they made this, and like that now they're adopting this more when it comes to movies like this. Like right now, Doomsday and Secret Wars, they're filming them at the same time.
Yeah.
And it makes it so cool, because then like truly, like one, you don't have to wait that long. Like you just have to wait a year essentially so they can finish everything. But it's interesting to think the mindset of the actors when they're like, okay, so you don't know which movie this is going in, mm-hmm. essentially, because they don't give them the full script. So it's like you get the scene that you're doing right then and there, and you don't know where this is going.
Do you ever feel like, though, that sometimes something can be lost in trying to stretch out too much, too thin into different areas? Like, you get movies like, Dune Part 1 and Part 2, and they filmed them separately. Mm-hmm. Even though Dune Part 1 and Part 2 are, and I understand like the reasoning behind that. Denis, part of the reason he did was they didn't know if Dune would be a big enough hit mm-hmm. to merit. And then they make Part 2, which is brilliant. Mm-hmm. And now they're working up towards Messiah, mm-hmm. which in my opinion is like, it's rough. It's not a great story. So it's going to be hard. But it's also very, very interesting. So I'd like to see how they tie in. But you also get 3 potentially really good movies here. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on, like, sometimes movies will do this where they split up too much?
I think you can split up too much.
Yeah.
Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2, absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah, didn't need it.
Absolutely unnecessary.
Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2.
Needed.
You think so?
I think so, because there's such 2 tonally different movies.
But Deathly Hallows 1 is so...
But it's more world building for like the world, like, because if you were to just do Deathly Hallows where it's them fighting, you'd be like, oh, you got to kind of see how bleak it's gotten.
It is.
They got to go on the Horcrux hunt. Well, I like watching Deathly Hallows Part 1, like that style of like, hey, we're going to kind of split it up like this, because I'd rather them dive into those things than just gloss over stuff.
And it makes you realize and have such a greater respect for that we live in such an interesting time now where these amazing, great budgeted shows can be made on TV now in an episodic nature. Because you make something in an episodic nature. I mean, this can be a subject for another time, but I am excited for a Harry Potter TV series.
Yes.
Because there's so much they can go into.
They're going to dive so much deeper. We're getting more Quidditch.
We're going to get way more. I'm very interested for that. But I'm very interested for them to do this in so many different other things. And I don't feel like Marvel has always done great with TV shows. But, I mean, the number one of all time is Loki.
It's
Loki's great.
Really good.
It's a really, really great story. So, but I think they're holding back because they treat TV shows, Marvel treats TV shows like it's supposed to tell us these in-between stories, which aren't very exciting.
Yeah.
Whereas, what if movies turned into some of the in-between stories, and you released an episodic thing that was similar to like right now, today is what? It's December 4th? December 4th. We've already watched Stranger Things 1 through 4, and then you do a big, huge Marvel event, like 4 episodes on TV thing. I don't know. I'm kind of throwing out some big ideas out there, but I do think that TV Marvel could be gigantic if they do it right.
I think it could. I think I think they're kind of changing how they handle the TV shows because they had some success and then they had a lot of not success. And so I think they want it to be a thing. And I said this forever ago when they first started doing the TV shows and people were like, why now I need to watch these TV shows to know what's going on in the movies. They did a thing in the movies though where they would explain what was happening on the TV shows pretty much in like a sentence. Yeah. Like
making it redundant.
Multiverse of Madness, Wanda goes, "Oh, are you here for what I did in Westview?" And he goes, "I don't really care about that." Like, all right, cool. Yeah. That's all you needed to say.
Make a good point.
Like, I think there was another one when it came to, what was it? I think it was like Ant-Man and something tied into the Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and they talked about one thing that happened in the show.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's kind of throwaway.
So I think I view it more as,
was it She-Hulk? No, just kidding.
I view it more as they're like, hey, if you like this world and you like the world building we're doing, you can watch the shows, but they're not going to alienate their audience.
Yeah.
And saying, you didn't watch this scene from Moon Knight, you're not going to know what's happening in Doomsday now. It's like, no, I don't think they're going to do that at all.
No, but in the end, Infinity War, in all of the MCU, where do you rank it? Is it top 5 for you?
Infinity War is top 5. I think it's top 3 for me.
I would have to probably agree with you. It is at least top 5 for me.
It's at least top 5. I'm pretty sure it's top 3. I'm pretty sure my top 3 MCU is Winter Soldier, Infinity War, and No Way Home, because I'm a Spider-Man homer.
You are such a Spider-Man.
I'm such a Spider-Man homer. No Way Home. That's another movie for another. No Way Home. I love that movie. It's
a lot of fun.
When it comes to MCU movies, that's definitely it's why I said No Way Home might be further back. I think Iron Man 1 is in the top 5 for me.
Yeah,
because I love the first Iron
Man.
It's
great.
But Infinity
War, you have to give a
is,
lot of respect because it's
the one that started it.
Is establishing it all. Mm-hmm. So in this first episode, we really lucked out.
We lucked out.
That
wheel. I saw it land on Infinity War and I went, oh, thank God.
This is great. This is great.
This is something that I've watched a lot.
And there's so much stuff. We could have spent so much more time.
We could have spent so much more time.
But
I could talk about Infinity War.
I feel like
for literally ever.
I feel like we unpacked it very, very well. Mm-hmm. And talked about it very well. And I've loved this. I've loved this experience. It's been a lot of fun. And in the coming weeks, you're going to see Nick almost every single time. Show him your fit today, Nick.
Oh, it's hard to see with the thing. It says, "This is my movie shirt."
This is my movie shirt. And I am rocking the Jurassic Park Christmas shirt today. But yeah, as we do more of these, you're going to see Nick on here virtually every single time. You'll see me on here very often, but you might also see some other guests and friends of ours. We have a lot of friends who really love movies. But this is something that Nick and I have wanted to do forever. So, okay, so what's next? Where we go from here, Nick?
Let me pull up my wheel. We got to give it a rating. We wanted to do our own little rating system because everybody has those.
Yeah.
We each have 2 thumbs.
Okay, 2 thumbs.
So how many thumbs are you giving?
I'm giving it 2 thumbs.
I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs also.
I'm giving 2 thumbs.
So I think it's 4 thumbs up.
Or hey, let's since we're establishing something and since we're doing this, would we want to change it up a little bit and maybe make it like, how many, like 5 kernels of popcorn?
5 kernels of popcorn.
Would you get, how many out of 5 kernels of popcorn are you giving?
I'm giving it 4.5 kernels.
I'm going to give Infinity War a good 4.5 kernels of popcorn too. I think that's a very fair score.
It is, for those of you who haven't seen Infinity War. Watch it.
Seriously.
If you
know nothing else about Marvel, just watch it anyways. You're going to have fun.
It is like, yeah, you might be like, well, they're looking for these stones. You might be a little lost, but it's still just a good story movie.
Yeah.
It's such a good story movie that watching it it's only going to make you not feel good because it's a downer movie, but you're going to be like, hey, this would get you into superhero movies because you're getting a wide range.
Absolutely, man. And I know, Nick, you and I are both Letterboxd people. So I know that we'll probably tag some of our Letterboxd accounts and this stuff like that. But they can find you on Letterboxd.
I think it's Mixed 801, or it's my name.
Yeah, or probably my name on Letterboxd. But we'll know more in the future and stuff like that. You can check out. We'll try to keep it updated with reviews and stuff as we're doing this. But here we go.
We got the wheel.
Spinning the wheel.
Like I said, there's a lot of movies on here.
Ready? Drum roll, please.
Jumper.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, my gosh, Jumper?
I love Jumper. Hayden Christensen, Samuel Jackson.
Oh, bro.
Ooh.
You're going to go from Infinity War to Jumper?
That's the whole point of the podcast.
That's quite a jump, man. Okay, all right. Well, next time, Hayden Christensen Jumper.
Oh.
Just little preview. Not a huge Jumper fan.
Jumper. You guys say preview. Very nostalgic movie for me. Love that. That was the first movie, not Star Wars, that I saw Hayden Christensen.
This could be a very interesting conversation because whereas on Infinity War we both have this very much deep love for it. We may have very varied takes on Jumper.
That's the good part. That's the whole point, though.
It's
going to be so good.
That's going to be great.
It's going to be so good.
Jumper is going to be really, really good.
So now that's why we do it at the end of the episode. So if you guys want to watch the movie before we do the episode, you can watch the movie so you can kind of know a little bit more about what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Jumper, I'm pretty sure it's streaming somewhere. You can probably find that.
Yeah, we'll find it.
And I'm excited. This was a great first episode. I'm excited for the next one. Oh, Jumper's going to be so good.
It's going to be great. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time. Anything else you want to share with them, Nick?
Hey, guys. This has been Past the Popcorn. I don't know what else to say. I was hoping you'd say something right after that.
All right. Well, we enjoyed our time with you guys. Appreciate y'all.
See you in the next one.